Start off with
First thing today, we want to talk about how the Republicans are kicking the can down the road again. You know, folks, I usually criticize the Democrats, but the way these Republicans have handled this illegal immigration and the funding of Homeland Security is just, it's beyond belief, you know? It really
before
is.
we get into the details of that disaster, Maury, I'd like to play a clip from a father who appeared before Congress this week. His son was killed by an illegal immigrant. Please roll the tape.
My name is Jamil Shaw. My son, Jamil Andre Shaw II, was murdered by a dreamer, DACA recipient, a child brought to this country by no fault of his own. My family's peace and freedom were stolen by an illegal alien from Mexico. He was brought here by his illegal alien parents and allowed to grow up as a wild animal. He shot my son in the stomach and then in the head, killing him. Do black lives really matter, or does it matter only if you are shot by a white person or a white policeman?
Maury, that's pretty powerful stuff coming from that father. You mean after hearing this kind of testimony, they kicked the can down the road?
Well, first of all, Mitch McConnell, senator from Kentucky, he allowed Harry Reid, to control the Senate again. The only thing the Senate could pass was a bill fully funding the Department of Homeland Security, including Obama's Amnesty program. Now, the reason that this is this way is because Mitch McConnell and a few of the other Republicans decided that, the Democrats did away. It's called the nuclear option. And when the Republicans were trying to stall bills, they just turned around, had a vote, and threw the rule out. And of course, Mitch McConnell and the rest of them were all upset because for like 100 years, that rule had been in effect. Well, they went out, and of course, the American public voted, and Obama didn't like the vote. They do have consequences of votes. And so the Republicans won. And they were put into office because American people said, we've had enough of this leftist side, what they're doing to this country. And so what do? They turn around, and they only have 54 Republican senators. So you're never going to get the 60 votes unless you get some friggin' Democrats. So they put that rule back in. And it's just totally, totally stupid.
Well, it seems like Harry Reid's controlling all the Democrats, plus some Republicans.
Well, I don't care what Harry Reid does. When you have a majority in the House and you have a majority in the Senate, we've got the Senate being held up again just because Harry's in the minority. And Mitch McConnell and the rest of them just got to get this out of their friggin' head and quit getting so righteous. They burned it. When you're shooting, it's not time to talk. It's time to use real bullets. And that's the only thing they're going to understand. And, they sent it back over to Speaker Bannon, who kicked the can down and voted on a bill for 1 week.
What's 1 week going to do?
Well, they got 1 week because all right, we got to have time to think about this, and we'll get it back, and away they go. So the Democrats have won another one, even though the Republicans have a majority. They can't seem to stop this outrageous act of amnesty. And if you look, Obama, he doesn't even care what the court said. And he's gone back, and he's telling the border security that they can't obey the law. So we have law enforcement that's being told by our president to violate the law, or he's going to get them. I mean,
Maury, I just don't understand. Why can't we stop this outrageous activity?
Because nobody, it's a game.